Hi traders, welcome back to the Village Trader Charts. I'm your host Njabulu Ntsabande, host of the Village Trader Podcast, a podcast I host chatting with other traders. Link to that I'll top of the description below. So today we're going to be looking at gold and some gold miners and a couple of other stocks that I'm looking to trade over the next few days or next few weeks. Um, but before we get into today's charts, please do make sure that you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button so that you don't miss any of the videos. That you get that push notification on your phone. And to show some support to the channel, please do drop a like on this video. Um, yeah, First, I'm gonna be looking at gold itself against the dollar. Um, when you look at this, man, it's a beautiful, beautiful bull flag. As you can see, that for that pole structure there, as you projected, we're looking at 2300 at least as a target. So I'm looking for a breakthrough that 1900-ish level to break out of that bull flag, and then maybe my gold miners would then look to break higher as well. I'm in a couple of gold miners. I'm long for a couple of gold miners, which we'll get to in just a sec. They both underwater, but my stop hasn't been hit as yet. So that's good, I suppose, for now. But now, perhaps that breakthrough, that 1900-ish level, will take the gold price higher. And we did have a false break there on gold a few weeks ago, but we only know if it's a false break in hindsight. So that's the break that triggered the my long positions on the gold miners, which we'll get into in just a sec. So the first stock of today's video is Anglo Gold. So Anglo Gold has been trending down, but if you jump back into the weekly chart, you know it's been making higher highs, and as you can see, I mean rather higher lows. As you can see, the 30-week exponential moving average is still above the 60-week exponential moving average, which according to my system, still bullish. But as I jump back to my daily charts and bring back my 200-day exponential moving average, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a breakthrough that 378 and a close higher than 389. Basically, a close higher than the 200-day exponential moving average. Once I get that, I'll jump into this position with a stop loss. Perhaps let me just change the color of that, with a stop loss around the 330 and some change level below those lows there. Looks like it's forming a nice ascending triangle pattern. But unless we have a better stop, place to place a stop later, for now my stop loss is still is still below that 330 level. If we do break and close higher than 389, perhaps if we get like 390 and 390 and higher on Anglo Gold as a close, I'm gonna go long, and I'm gonna have a very, very, very audacious target at 500 and 577, which is roughly, let's just get that. That's about a 50% move. So that's where I'll be targeting my that's where my target is for the price, but I'll be trailing this 50-day exponential moving average stop loss behind me. So I'll place my stop. I'll try and place my stop just below the 50 days exponential moving average as we're trading higher on Anglo Gold Ashanti, if we do rather trade higher on Anglo Gold Ashanti. And next on the list is a trade that I'm actually in. As you can see, the trade is underwater. My entry is there at 76 rand. That's where my entry is. Don't know if you guys can see it. That's where my entry is there. If you can see that arrow, that small arrow, that's where my entry is. around 78 rand 60. So not looking similarly making high lows. Looks like it has found some support, but still trading below the 200-day and 250-week exponential moving average. And this golden cross does worry me ever so slightly, but not too much. Not too much. Not too much to worry about. But yeah, looking for a close higher, and we'll trailer stop accordingly. And my target quite ambitious at around that 126 level, quite some way out around. Let's get the exact number from my entry, around a 60% move on how many golds. But if gold runs, man, gold miners should just follow suit as well. So similarly, well, as you can see, gold miners are kind of moving in lockstep almost in a way, because one makes higher lows, and the past three charts that we're looking at so far have been rather identical to each other. So yeah, looking for a breakthrough there around 365, but my confirmation will be a close through the 200-day exponential moving average, and then looking to take that trade. Similarly, target a very 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 ambitious target around that 627, which is almost double. Let's get that exact number from that point there. About a 60% move there as well. So yeah, I'm looking to go long on these gold miners. Once the gold chart starts to run, I'm looking to to excuse me to trade and to play with some gold miners there as well. Last gold miner that I'm looking at is DRD trade. I got triggered in on that false break there. You can see the trend line. We had that false break, came back. It does look like it was just retesting that what was a resistance level. Tested it, came back to close above it today. Um, Still trading below the 200-day exponential moving average. So, but once we get a close higher than the 200-day exponential moving average, I'm looking um, um, to trade the won't add into the position because it's still underwater, but I'll be trailing my stop, reducing that risk accordingly. And my target at the moment is 38 rand, and 38 rand, and if I can jump back to my weekly chart, and that is why I'm targeting that level there. Perhaps should be looking at just taking my profits around there, around the 30 randish level. You know, about twice where it is currently at the moment. But I'm an ambitious guy. I am an ambitious guy. I'll trail my stop accordingly, reducing the risk on the trade as it moves, in my direction, and possibly adding into the position as well, because that's a long way out to 30 rand. And ultimately to 38 rand, I'll be trailing my stop. So one of two things will happen if the trade moves in my favor. It's either I'm gonna get stopped at profit, or now get stopped at loss, or I'm gonna hit my ultimate target at 30, at 37, at 38 rand. So either way, I'm gonna stick to my plan as the trade develops. Next on my list, not a gold miner. DRD was the last one. Is Mondi. I entered Mondi um, on the break through there, came back to retest. That's where I entered. That's where, as you can see, that blue arrow you can see because the candle itself is blue. So we have this nice bullish flag on Mondi. I'm looking for a breakthrough that 373 level and some change. Basically, break through that resistance level of the bullish flag. I'm looking to add into this position with a stop loss just below the 50-day exponential moving average and just below the low of the flag around that 350, 340, 54-ish level. Looking up, keeping the same target, 242 for now. Like I'm liking the stock quite close. 50 days still above 200. Basically, it's just looking bullish, very, very, very strongly. Second, think this is the last stock for the day is African Rainbow Minerals. It's a trade that I actually got stopped on this morning at market open. I had my stop loss somewhere there. And I got stopped around 266, somewhere there. That's where I had my stop. And then I got stopped. It looks like it was just testing that 50-day exponential moving average. Which is why I'm bringing it in the equation to kind of use it as a partner in crime to the ATR. Because at the moment I eyeball and then check if it's greater than 2 times ATR. If not, 2 times ATR will be the stop loss. But now I'm kind of eyeballing and looking as I'm getting into trades and as I'm trailing my stops into trades. How far is the place where I wish to place my stop is from the 200 rather from the 50-day exponential moving average, and if it's close enough I'll put my stop um below that 50-day exponential moving average. But if it's too far, I'll place it where I place it. But I'm looking to investigate that. If place where I want to place my stop is quite close to the 200-day, rather the 50-day, I'll add, or rather I'll place my stop accordingly in that area. So I'm looking for a breakthrough this falling wedge. I'll put my stop there, like I said, around 261 ish. Yeah, around 261. That's where I'm looking to put my stop on the breakthrough that falling wedge there. Minimum target still 303, but I had ambitions of just trading a breakout through 303. But I'll take my profits, wait on the sidelines to see if we do have a 3% break higher, because now I am actually looking for a 3% break higher, and then I'll jump back into that trade and trade my stop accordingly. But if we do that on the first day of getting at 303, I might just stay in that position. But we'll see if I get triggered, and then if my target gets hit, uh, kind of the psychology. But the risk reward isn't too bad. Isn't too bad as well. I'm assuming. I think we could get a 2-1, but we'll see as we're entering into the position how far the market goes when it breaks. That will determine whether or not we enter into the trade. But definitely, if we do break, if I miss this falling wedge, I'm looking for that 303 break there. So not in a particular hurry to enter into this position. Perhaps if I don't get a 2-1 risk reward based on the 303 target, I might just enter with half the position. And as we break through 303, and then add into this position, so I might add like half the risk on the break of the wedge if the risk reward isn't necessarily uh, um, 2-1 on 303, and then I will not place a pre-order target in the market. I'll just trail my stop and see how the market reacts around the 303. But it's something that I'll put some proper thought into it before I get into trading, into getting into this trade, which is particularly the point why I like trading non-continuous market, for example, in the stock market, because now once I've done the analysis on the chart, I have a bit of time to kind of contemplate how I'm going to play this. how I'm gonna trade it, how I'm gonna trail my stop, and that sort of thing. So it gives me some time and room to properly think about that, as opposed to making decisions intraday while price is still moving at the same time. So we're not giving you enough time to give thoughts into trades. So yeah, we'll see how this pans out over the next few days. Last on my list, not a stock, but it's an ETF, a top 40 ETF. Different kind of trading style when here, similar but different in that I don't trade necessarily breakouts. This is a system designed by Simon Brown. Yeah, and I just trade it. So basically, it's called the lazy system. 60 day exponential moving average over rather, if I can speak, 30 day EMA, exponential moving average. If it's above that 60-day exponential moving average, the trend is up. That's the direction that you want to trade along. And inversely, if it's lower, if the 30 is lower than the 60, you want to be short of that particular index. In this case, the Citrix 40, and your trigger is a price through the 15-day exponential moving average, which we got today, and the confirmation would be a close higher than the close of today, which is the 58.29. So if you get a close higher than 58.29, perhaps tomorrow, I'll then jump into this trade. Stop loss is the close below the 30-day exponential moving average. But I do have an emergency stop um, down at the bottom there around 53 rand, and perhaps this level here isn't a bad place to place an emergency stop in the near future. But for now, we're just waiting for the close above that 58.29 level to jump back into to add into this position. As you can see, I have two positions here, both in the money. One 300 rand up, the other 200 rand up. So I'm looking to add into this position. Yeah, looking good. Yeah, that's looking good, and that's the last one for the show. Thank you for hanging with me. Please do get down in the comment section down below. Let me know some of the stocks that you're looking at, some of the indices that you're looking at, and perhaps even some of the currencies that you're looking at, the setups that you're looking at. I do comment a lot. If you do have some questions, pop them up on the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop the like on the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification button so that you don't miss any of these videos, and check you next time on the Preffered Charting. Thank you and cheers.